we have story time with Alexis, Cassar. And so let's put our hands together as she keeps us to 5 minutes with her very lengthy notepad.
Hi guys. So like pretty much said, my name is Alexis. I'm going to start my story in the beginning. When I was born, into a Catholic family, Catholic household, if you will. But I never, when I was younger, believed in God 100%. I actually had a lot of doubts that he was even real. And so as a Catholic, you go through catechism, you make your first communion, you get confirmed in 8th grade. I remember thinking that religion was for old people because in the Catholic Church, I didn't understand anything that I was told. I thought one day I would maybe just click for me and that religion would be my thing, but it never actually happened that way. So I was confirmed and all that. I made all the right religion choices, if you will, not for myself, but for my family because it was what was expected of me. And so after 8th grade, I really never went back to the Catholic Church except for when I had to, for family masses and stuff like that. So in late high school, I had a different church experience. My dad actually diverted from the Catholic faith, and he started going to a non-denominational church. And that was really eye-opening for me. It was a totally different experience. The pastor wore jeans, and he talked like real talk to you that I could actually understand. But more than that, the people made a huge impact on me. They were raising their hands in worship. They were actually singing out loud and not mumbling under their breath like I did in the Catholic Church. And they just had a real genuine faith that I really envied. And that was something that really stuck with me ever since I went to that church. It was something I wanted. It was real to me. It was a real faith, and I really wanted that for myself. And even though I didn't have it, it was something that really stuck with me. So when I went to Central Michigan, I transferred as a junior there. And when I got to college, I really sought out a church, and I found a group called Crew. They're actually on a lot of college campuses. But with Crew, that fall when I transferred, I went to a retreat up north. And the whole concept of the retreat was relationships. And that wasn't just friendships or dating relationships, that was your relationship with God. And that was the first time I had ever really learned about a relationship with God and the capacity to even have one because I didn't know it was even possible. And so for me, that weekend was really impactful for me. I believe that was the weekend I got saved because I totally opened myself up to the possibility of having a relationship with God. And even though I was younger and went through all the right moves and did all the right things to please my family, and I was a good kid and everything, good grades, that's not the same thing as living for God. And I decided that even though I was a good kid, I needed a savior just like everyone else. And so that's what happened for me in that stage of my life. After that, I went back to Central that Monday, and I just remember waking up on that Monday of all days, worst day of the week, and I'm not a morning person either, but I woke up bright and early at 7 a.m., and I just remember being so happy and just so alive and so ready to go through the day. And another part of my childhood is that I was really afraid of death when I was little. I used to be in the same house as my parents and randomly call out like Mom and Dad, and they would answer and be like, what? And I would be like, nothing. And it was solely because I wanted to make sure they didn't just fall over dead like in the house with me. It was a very weird fear. But also waking up on that Monday at Central after the retreat, I remember thinking, I cannot wait to die and meet Jesus. And that was the first time I was really relieved of that fear of death. And I believe it is because I decided to open up my life to him and let him have a place in it and start living for him. So after that retreat, that was my junior year of college. When I was a senior, I graduated and needed an internship, so I moved back home. I started working at Family Christian just long enough for Abby Hurd to come in and invite me to Momentum. So that's how I came here. So actually, right after I got invited here, I started attending, and I got my internship that I was looking for about 2 weeks later. And so I started that internship. It ended up being a full-time job, and about August last year, it became a little sour, and so I needed to go somewhere else. And that's where I found the IMA, and I decided to do the IMA, which I'm in currently, about 2 weeks or 1 week before it started. So that's where I'm at now, and I'm just totally growing in the fact that I need to define my faith for myself. You know, it's not something you inherit just because you are born into a certain faith. It's totally your own, and I'm still forming that for myself and learning how to live with God and for God. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alexis. Well, that's what we're